The hunt for a prepper cache continues in Pleasant Valley. The good news is that we have ridiculously good gear and have already explored most of the zone. There isn't any bad news yet, which is bad. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of the Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. So, I mentioned starting a fire last... Oh, hey, I missed you.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Survive the Outdoors book right at my feet. Might have seen that. Some of you might have seen that out of the corner of your eye when we settled down here. But we got some cedar firewood here. I mentioned potentially starting a fire to make some coffee. I don't think I'm going to actually do anything with that prop deer corpse. I know it's... or carcass, rather. Corpse is human, carcass is animal. But I as much as I would like to cook the meat, I've got a reasonable amount of food. I need to make my way to these prepper cache locations, especially because they might have food in them while we still have good weather. Cooking the meat would take too long. That's my thing that I'm a little worried about. So, also, now that I finally have a bedroll, yay, I would like to make my way back to the... Let's make some coffee. Oh, I don't even have enough water for that? Damn it. Didn't realize that. All right, well, we've got to make some coffee before I go anywhere. I might, I don't know, depending on how nice the weather is and how much energy I can gain back from coffee, we're going to have to go looking for some timber real quick. Not tinder, timber. Depending on how this search goes, I would like to look around for the prepper caches on this side of the zone for a little bit longer. All right, yeah, it's definitely a bunny. If we head across that way to the other side of the Three Strikes farmstead. Well, let's look in here and make sure I didn't overlook anything. I can break down the hatchet for some firewood. There's that tin of sardines I got rid of. I could just get rid of the cedar. Part of me wants to hold on to it for dear life. Let's see. So 19 minutes and 22 minutes left on the fire. I could break down one of the torches I have for a stick. Hang on. I bet if I look over here, I can find a few more sticks. Yeah, I see a few already. Just trying to nurse this fire. Oh, yeah, we're good. Long enough to make me some coffee. See that deer coming over the ridge there? It might not be as detailed on YouTube as it was on my end, but it looked cool. Yeah, we're starting to run low on energy a little bit. All right, so there we go, much better. So we're going to drink some of this, and now here's what we'll do. We will get some additional water going in there. We'll take this. We will cook some coffee here. Now, we do need to eat some stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and eat these pork and beans while their condition is still reasonable. Hopefully not get food poisoning from them. Don't give me food poisoning, please. Thank you. All right, I do still have my MRE as well, but I'm going to save that for an emergency if I can help it. All right, 46 minutes left on the fire. That's perfect. Let's drink this coffee. It'll give us some calories too, which is nice. Cook some more coffee. 37 minutes. We're just going to drink the coffees as we make them. All right. 24 minutes left on the fire. We can do one more coffee. take that water, drink that coffee. And with that being done, take a torch from the fire. Oh, it's already been blown out by the wind. That was immediate. That's hilarious. All right. And we're also warming up thanks to drinking a hot drink. So that's helpful. Assuming this wind doesn't turn into a fully fledged blizzard. I think I need to go where that tree is fallen over there. We're going to visit one more of the prepper cache locations. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. Not as familiar with the wolf and bear patrol routes back in this corner, so I'm a little bit anxious. Especially because I see icicles there, so I feel like I'm walking towards a cave. And I really don't know if it's a bear cave or not. This is an area of Pleasant Valley. I've been to the farmstead that we just walked through, but I haven't gone to this corner of the zone a lot. I think I even made that comment in Season 5.5. Like, I haven't been back here a whole lot at all. But I know that on the other side of this pass is one of the prepper cache possible locations. We've been to most of them now. Again, the reason that I decided to do this is that Pleasant Valley gave us just an extraordinarily good start. It continues to be an extraordinarily good start. And I know that later on in the game, this zone is not going to be nearly as forgiving, so I am taking advantage of this situation while it is in my favor. Did I pick up my... Yes, I did, although I don't need all those. We are carrying an additional hatchet right now. I know I need to break that down, but we're going to break it down once we get back. Oh, I see a flare. Good. We're going to break it down once we get back to the house. What's that? What's on the ground next to the... Oh, it's his foot. Flare, rifle cartridge. Oh, you know what I didn't do? You know what I didn't do? I just realized it. When I shot the wolf, I didn't pick up the spent shell casing. That's a new habit that I've got to get into. Doesn't seem to be a bear cave. Oh, actually, it doesn't seem to be a cave of anything. Do you at least have some coal? Yeah, you think? If we find a cache, we'll have shelter. I'm not even sure what's going to be in the cache. The prepper caches in the Long Dark are, if we find one, the prepper caches in the Long Dark are categorized. So depending on which one spawns, there's different stuff. And a lot of the ones that we've looked for, as I mentioned, I believe, when we were going through the plain, a lot of the ones that we've looked for in this area are food caches. Pleasant Valley has multiple food cache spawns. Okay, where is it? I think it's... Might be back in this corner. Oh, crap. Sorry, crap. Where am I? There we go. I had an itch under my lip. I scratched it. When I put my hand back on the mouse went flying. Give me a break. Okay. Nothing here. But the weather is really good. I think I can risk checking the last prepper cache location. And this is the last one. So if a prepper cache exists in this playthrough... Oh, cool. I don't even have to duck here. Just walk right through. Oh, wait. Maybe I do have to duck. Yep, do have to duck. All right, cool. If a prepper cache exists, we're about to find it. Because I think we've checked the rest, unless I walked by one flagrantly without paying attention. There's a waterfall here, by the way, if you can't tell. We've been listening to it for the last little bit. I'm going to walk towards this thicket because there's always the possibility of... number one, there's always a possibility of cattails. There could be some closer that way, too. But also, I saw, I believe, up this slope, I saw There you are. A sapling. A maple sapling, no less. Okay, fatigue reduction is gone. I feel like a sad panda. I've got enough energy, though, to justify stepping back here. Once I drop these saplings at the farmstead, we'll be less encumbered. And like I said a few episodes back, I am going to be making an attempt. An attempt, definitely. Let's call it that. In this playthrough, to be more judicious about my inventory. That is something that I feel I can get better at. Although, for the most part, a lot of my inventory management style, as I said already, but just to reiterate, does come down to play style. It comes down to the fact that I'm a nomadic player by default. I like to keep moving. I don't like to set a bunch of things down and like make a base. But as I mentioned just recently as well, now that we can note where things have been left, that's more reason to empty your pockets, as long as you are reasonably confident that you can find your way back to the spots where you left things. As long as that's true, then that gives you the opportunity to manage your inventory a little bit better, which is part of the reason I would like to get better at it. Okay. Now, I did a few days ago... Okay, I see a cattail. I see two cattails. Nice. I did also recently watch Will-O-Wisps Pleasant Valley cache location video again, and this one I know. I recognize a pair of trees that I just saw up that hill, and we're going to walk right through that pair. It's kind of surreal in a sense. So, some of you might have seen on Twitter that I posted just a reaction shot when somebody's tweet made me laugh, and so I shared a shot from the window of one of the windows at my parents' place. That's a property that I spent some time visiting a lot. I didn't grow up on it because I lived on the other side of the country, but I spent some time there a lot growing up. And there were a couple of trees side by side on the property, a little bit farther away from the house, that were like these. That were side by side, just at a fairly close distance. And it's I don't think we have a prepper cache, guys. I don't think it spawned. Sad day. We'll make sure just by coming to the top of the ridge here. But yeah, there were a couple of trees, and it's like, I always felt when I was a kid like I was walking through some kind of mystical gateway. So those trees being that close together reminds me of that a little bit. It's weird. It's weird. I'm going to step over this ridge just to make 100%. Yep. All right. Well, unless I have blatantly overlooked one. Well, no. There is... I lied. There is one more location we haven't checked yet. Sorry, I misspoke. Now that I'm thinking about it, remember a few episodes back when I said I might double back to check one of the other prepper cache locations? Then I was like, nah, I'm not going to double back. The weather's not good enough. We can potentially go check that one maybe by the end of this episode if we're lucky. Please don't sprain. Please don't sprain. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to walk towards these, and we're going to beeline that direction because we're walking back towards the farmstead at this point. It's getting dark. We are pretty warm at the moment, but as the game presses on, it's going to be getting colder and colder. So this is a good barometer, actually. It's a good comparison of early game Pleasant Valley on these settings versus if you watched mainly the beginning of Season 5.5 or that point where I came back in 5.5 when we were at the area that we just left. It's pretty cold. So it gives you an idea of how much colder the game gets in a certain amount of time. And our gear is not as good right now as the gear we had then. That is a bear. That's a bear right there.
I'm starving.
I knew that there was a bear hanging out back here, and that I'd run into him eventually. We killed the bear Killed a couple of bears in Pleasant Valley last time. Alright, so getting hungry again. Again, we're playing our metabolism settings. If they don't add a... this is interesting. Our metabolism settings are currently Stalker level, not Interloper level. Because I find that Interloper level is a bit too... I guess the one-word way to put it would be punishing, because it's designed to just really make you go, holy crap, I've got to try so hard to survive. Whereas Stalker level still keeps a good amount of pressure on you while balancing realism. You know, when you look at the amount of calories consumed in Interloper just to keep your well-fed buff, for instance, you know, it's astonishing. One of the things, though, that I might change in future series using a custom code, if they don't do anything with regard to that thing I talked about in episode 1 with adding a windedness system, which, by the way, that's pure conjecture on my part. That's just me thinking this would be a cool system to add. That's not based on anything that the developer has said where they're like, oh, we might do this. I just really think it'd be a cool idea. So I talk about it on the series to have a windedness system. Not another meter down there. I like the 4 meters, but I like the idea of like a debuff that can pop up after you've really exerted, maybe you've, I mean, to an extent there is a windedness system because there's the sprint meter, but I'm talking about something even beyond that. Oh, hey, there's a wolf. I feel like the wolf was also moving quickly, so it might have picked up on my scent. I'm going to hightail it just in case. So there is the windedness system from sprinting. But the point is that maybe when you fully exhaust your sprint meter, if you're not careful, or if you go on a big climb, if you use a lot of your... I think what it would really have to do is, it would be based on if you used a lot of your exhaustion meter in a short period of time. If you did a very exhausting activity, something with triple down arrows like that, right? Triple downward echelons. Then you would have a debuff. If they didn't add something like that, what I might do in future series is just make the exhaustion metabolism setting even lower than Stalker, to where you didn't tire out as fast. That might be the way to achieve the kind of balance that I'm looking for. I'll have to play with it to see, but that's something I'm definitely considering. Right now, it is definitely nighttime. All right, let's step in here. We got this wood that we left before. That's nice. And speaking of which, I have some additional wood to add to that pile. I have some books to read too. And I have some newsprint that I can tear up into tinder, which I'll do that before long. But one thing I would like to do... Let's drop all of these. So, since we have such good gear, and we're almost done exploring Pleasant Valley, you know what I'm thinking, guys? I mentioned this earlier in the series when things were going this well. It would be great. I know it'd be kind of weird deja vu because we just went in 5.5, so like from people who are continuously watching, like it might be a little bit repetitive to go back so soon, but we can go up to Timberwolf. We can scale the summit and go ahead and be up there. Oh, let's grab that cooking pot too while I'm thinking about it. I would really enjoy that. I mean, we have the gear to do it, and that's what I was hoping to find at the plane crash site, and we found it. So I'm genuinely considering that course of action.
I'd eat anything right now.
Yeah, I'm regretting not having killed that deer. There is a deer outside that I can kill. There is a deer outside that I can kill, actually. Hold on. I saw him. Invisibility is good. Him or her? No, him. Yes. All the deer in the long dark are male for some weird reason. Because antlers. You can say him or her for all the other animals. Okay, so now this time I'll remember to pick up my shell casing if I drop this deer. Now, hopefully we're not about to start Wounded Deer Rant number 1 for Against All Odds Season 6. I have a pretty good position on the deer right now. Well, not necessarily. Usually a broadside. Oh, are you flippin' serious? That was rude. That was inconsiderate, Mr. Deer. Ah, damn it, I got too close. I got too zealous. Okay, well, speaking of runaway deer. Not wounded deer, thankfully. I'm sure there will be a Benny Hill moment soon. I don't remember who the commenter was, but I cannot thank you enough for making that reference when I think it was Wounded Deer Rant 2. There were 3 Wounded Deer Rants in Against All Odds Season 5. And after the second or third one, somebody was like, cue Benny Hill theme, to just kind of emphasize the ridiculousness of the chase. And I cannot imagine a more perfect audio metaphor for that frustration and the silliness. All right, let's go inside. I mean, I have food. I do. I've got some cattails that I just grabbed. I just would have preferred another course of action. Tell you what, let's, we need to make some water, and we need to make a lot. So, let's step over here. Oh, also, hang on. We have this extra hatchet. How long does it take? Oh, God. It takes a long time to harvest that. I do want to, I'm going to just drop it. I'll remember to harvest it later. Fireplace. Start fire. Got a stick. Cattail head. Fire striker. I think when I picked up those most recent cattails, I can't remember if I was double-clicking or left-clicking, right-clicking. I might still be in the habit of left-clicking, right-clicking from the previous series, and I need to not do that because I need the tinder. Because I don't have any additional cattail heads, and I feel like I should. Yeah, that fire striker is losing health quickly. And what we might do is check that last cache location in the next episode, because we are running short of time here. Might have to start relying on our matches before long.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Wow. Well, no, I'm not going to use lamp oil. I don't have enough to justify that sacrifice. I'd rather save it for the lantern. By the way, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Maybe you had some fun last night. All right, for firewood, 2 hours is good enough for me. I don't need longer than that. Let's put the cooking pot back down and not forget it later. And then what am I sitting on as far as... Yeah, I need to make a few more coffees. So let's, do that. Not going to drink it. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it again. Oh, yeah, I am. Good. Yeah, so I've got enough food to get me through the night, thankfully. Yeah, I'm out of potable water. I knew I was low. So, can't cook anymore. We'll pick that back up. Now we got 1 hour. Oh, crap. Okay. Oh, wait, escape. Hang on, before I drink all that, I need to top off my calories for the night, and that includes eating some things that are kind of salty. I generally need to be better about remembering to do this. So, okay. There's that tomato soup. I think I can drop a recycled can. Got an extra flare on me that I can drop. All right, so let's also make a quick note. May as well be consistent, huh? Let's see. Flare. Anything else to note? Oh, yeah. 3x. That's the main thing I wanted to notate. All right. We're pretty tired. Fire's out. I'm going to step upstairs and rest. I'm so glad I finally have a bedroll. I could technically sleep right here if I wanted to. It's not quite the bulky bearskin bedroll that we had at the end of Season 5. Oh, wait, no. Not a bed in there anymore, Hadrian. Gotta go over here. There are still beds, just not quite as many. Yeah, I have that fire starting book 2 that I need to read. That'll probably give me skill 2 when I read it. But before I do that, I think I'm good on food for the evening. Let's go ahead and drink some water. And then sleep for how many hours do I need? And we're going to wake up, and it'll be a perfect time. I think we might even wake up with the dawn. Yes, it's a new day. Don't hear any bad weather outside. That's good news, too. I'm going to drink some water, and I'm going to stop this episode here. In the next one, we are going to go straight out to the last cache location, and then we may just go back to Thompson's Crossing and finish looking around there, because we didn't quite do that. And then we might, since we found all the stuff we found in Pleasant Valley, we've got a rifle, we've got a bedroll, we have the ability to live off the land, might go on up to Timberwolf Mountain before we go anywhere else. It'll be good to knock that zone out early in the series. It's kind of a different approach to past series. So I'm excited about that opportunity, actually, since our gear is so good. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.